In today's video, let's talk about worrying and how it holds you back from enjoying that moment and even finding a solution. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Albert Lopez. Look, at worrying, it's a form of fear because you don't have any faith that there could be a solution. But what about if there is no solution? What about if everything just went smash and that's it? There is no solution. Well, worrying ain't gonna find you a solution either. Hold on, she decided to go. So worrying will not help you get a solution. Worrying is not going to make the issue or challenge go away. Whatever the compression is, something that happens, something that you're anticipating happening, it's not going to help you find any type of a solution. What it is going to do, though, is going to keep you at a low vibration, a low frequency, a low attitude. You're not going to be able to have any possibility of finding a good enough solution, a good solution, when you're in a low state. When you're in a low state, there's fear, there's no trust, there's no faith, there's lack. If you change that up, start saying, okay, no, I'm not the type of person that worries. I'm not going to worry. How do you do that? You get yourself in a gratitude state right away. Everything's perfect, but it went smash. That's why it's not easy to do it. If everything's just like oh man, big compression, something just not going right, things are going wrong, I'm worried, and you're just attracting more worriness. Whatever you put out, you get back. If you're putting out a low vibration, a low energy, low thoughts, low feelings, low actions, low habits, low reality, you're just going to get back what you put out. Remember, treat the universe the way you wanted to treat you. If you're putting out worries, like, okay, well, let me give you more stuff to worry about. If you can switch it around and know that life's happening for you, not to you, even when something's like not going well, you get to experience it. You got to experience it. The lesson could be like, maybe you messed up. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Don't do it again, for example. Or, something that you have no control of, but you're worried. What did you do? What did I do wrong there? I did nothing wrong. Okay, well, then maybe there's no lesson, but there's something to think about. There's something to learn. There's always something to learn. If it's affecting you in a way that's causing you a compression, your reaction is just to worry. But if you flip it and say, okay, first of all, I'm grateful that I get to exist. I'm grateful to be here. This is tough. What's going to happen? I don't know. But I know for certain what is going to happen with my internal emotional state. I'm going to keep it at a gratitude state. I'm going to keep it at a high vibration. I'm going to keep it at a place where I'm able to find some sort of solution, or at the very least, be someone positive. That's someone who's like totally not been working on themselves and on this journey to become the best version of them, living on purpose. Maybe they could find hope with my attitude. They could see hope and faith in the way I'm carrying myself, and it gives them a little bit of relief. That could be very powerful. You're that light, you're that beacon of like, dang, you're right. We don't know what's gonna happen, but let's make the best that we can with the way we feel. Let's be that support. You're right. And you could change someone who's going in a negative direction. Now, if that's the case and they're part of your group, they're part of your people, that's two people that are now carrying positive energy, a positive attitude. So what's going to happen? It could be contagious. It could help the third person, the fourth person. Now you can find a solution. Like I said, maybe there is no solution. Well, there isn't, but life continues. Life goes on. The pieces are going to fall where they need to fall. All dust settles. Maybe we won't call it a solution, but we'll call it, what's the next chapter? What's the next phase? Because what happened, or what's happening is happening. And what's going to happen is going to happen. And like I said, some of these things don't have a solution. Some things do. You have a better attitude. You have a better mindset. You can make a better decision on how can I solve this? Oh, okay, well, I'll do this, this, and this. Perfect. You found that solution. You think that's going to do it. Imagine if you had that same solution and you're trying it, but with the low, fearful attitude. Hopefully it works. No, it probably isn't. Usually things don't work out for me. It's going to be a waste of time or money or energy or whatever. Like, you really think it's going to work with the doubtful mindset? It has in the past. Maybe you've been lucky. But wouldn't it be better for you to have a better attitude so if it does go your way, you're able to enjoy it? And what about if there's more compression after that? Wouldn't it make more sense for you to be in a gratitude state, a leader state, somebody who can endure compressions? So if something does go negative again, or it goes under compression again, you can deal with it better. You can solve it better. You can say, okay, fuck it, bring it, let's go. Or you're going to fold again. That's why it's so important to have that positive rate of vibration, that positive emotional state. Worrying does nothing but keep you unprepared, keeps you vulnerable, keeps you in a place where you have no control. Now you're going to be emotionally driven. You're going to be reactive. When you're in a gratitude mindset, not in a worry mindset, you could even just put out good vibes, good energy, prayer. Like when you have no control over anything. At the very least, I'm going to stay hopeful. I'm going to have faith. And what if it still goes bad? What if it still doesn't go your way? That's just the way it had to be. That's just the way things are, stuff that we don't have control of. That's why when we put too much of our energy, too much of our worry with stuff we don't have control of, you're just creating a negative environment in your world. Thoughts, feelings, actions, habits. Your habits of worrying is creating your reality, even though you have no control over that. There's some things that we have absolutely no control of, but we don't like what's happening, and it's causing us to worry. So what am I supposed to do? Ignore it? No. But this is where you put that practice in of, there's something to learn here. There's something to learn. Maybe you realize and you learn, oh, this is that whole pendulum thing. This is the whole compression expansion. You weren't worried when things were going great, when things were all in your favor and like, oh, look at all these great things are happening. You were just what? Enjoying it. But you didn't think that you were going to have a compression cycle? It's like a pendulum. It goes left and right? It goes good, then it goes sour, then it goes good, and it goes sour. That's just the way it is. That could be something that you learn. That would fall into the part that says there's something to learn here. Be grateful. Life happens for me, not to me. There's something to learn here. Try to find gratitude in something within the situation. Is it tough? Hey, yeah, it is. That's why a lot of people don't do it. 99% of the people don't do it. They'll just sit and worry because it keeps them busy, keeps them something to do. Great conversation. I don't know if you've ever had it, but I had a lot of when I was growing up. I had a lot of conversation with grown-ups. That's all they would talk about. All they would talk about is what they were worried about. And then some of these worried things would overlap. It's like, oh yeah, because of that third friend or that third relative. Now they're both worried about it. A lot of good is that doing. You flip it now and you're like, no, it's something that they have to go through. They're going to learn what they're going to learn. Get out of the way so we're not in the way. If they ask, we'll give advice and give our point of view. Is it going to be a worried point of view? Is it going to be a nagging point of view? No, because you've been training yourself to have a grateful attitude. Hopeful, grateful, faithful, positive. It's all the same, and it's all a high personal vibration spot to be in. You're in an emotional state. Your emotional state will dictate your future. It's a meter. That emotional state is a meter. The way you feel. How do you feel right now? Worried? Oh, guess what? That's what your future's going to look like. With a bunch of worry. Keep it up. But if you stay, faithful, hopeful, loving, abundant, happy, pleasant, well, and guess what? That's what your future's going to be like. Your future what? Like in 10 years? That could be your future. I'm talking about future like the next few minutes, next few hours, or next few days. You just string these moments together that end up creating your whole life. You get back what you put out. Keep on getting out that worry, it's just going to bring in more worry. That's why you shouldn't worry. That's why you should start training yourself, conditioning yourself. It doesn't happen automatically. This is work. This is tough work that we have to do. I used to be of that camp. Like, oh man, what's going to happen? And stuff like this always happens to me. Things never work out. What would I get more of? Those things that kept on happening to me, and things kept on not working out. The moment I switched it, and it was like perfect. This is perfect. This is exactly the way it's supposed to be. It took a while. It took a while for the vibration of my older thoughts to fizz away, to fade away, and my new seed to grow and start giving me the results of the new seed. There is a delay. You're getting rid of your old thoughts and beliefs and putting in these new ones. These new ones of faith, love, abundance, gratitude, trust, discipline, confidence. So now it's like everything's perfect. The way things are perfect. It's supposed to happen this way. There's something to learn here. If it's a compression, oh shit, okay, cool, compression. It's gonna be tough. Some of them are super tough. Some of them are not that tough. Some of them cause a lot of sadness. Some of them cause a lot of like irritation. But you just stop it and like, no, I'm gonna stay grateful. Grateful that I got to experience what I experienced. Grateful that I'm experiencing this because this is only preparing me for something else that's coming during the expansion. We may have a little bit more compression. I signed up for this. That's why I'm on the planet and I'm experiencing life. Once you have that attitude, it's like nothing phases you. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna have emotions. You're not gonna be a robot and just kind of going through this like if you don't feel anything. No. But if you're not emotionally driven and you just feel the emotions and you know, oh, okay, my emotions are here. I understand. We're going through this. I understand. But then you don't let them consume you. That means you're in control. They're not controlling you because you know that those emotions are just a crystal ball of what your future is going to look like. You got to get back into gratitude state. Don't stay in those low-level emotions. Put in the work. Get your emotions back up again. You got any questions? Bust them in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Go double check. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. in the comments, or like I said, if you have a question, if there's a certain thing I said, pause it where I said it, go back and find it. Where is it? Find it, timestamp it, put the question. When you said this, I don't get it, or what does that mean, or I'm going through this. Bust that in the comments. I'll answer the questions in the comments, or I'll make a video about your question. Hit the like button. That also helps get the algorithm going. We'll share these videos with more people out there, and hopefully it'll help you. This information will help you as much as it helped me.